Let's see what wisdom the fat lorry driver has for us.
Hello, compatriot. You have something to discuss?
I'm trying to turn back time. Can you help me, brother?
My friend, I don't know what you're after, but I have to tell you, there's no turning back time. I've seen the demographic reports. I know what our experts say. Our greatest days as a people are behind us, and we're not going back.
What about ancient fascist magic?
Trust me, brother, I've done the research. Fascist magic just ain't true.
So what am I supposed to do?
That's the question, isn't it? People think you and me got it so easy, but the reality is it's fucking hard to be a regular guy these days.
The rumbling in your stomach says there's something not quite right with this one.
You know, I get funny looks from people all the time. I know they're looking at my gut. I can see that. Big fucking deal. A guy put on a little weight. Who cares?
He's really got himself worked up now. Dangerous stores of pent-up emotion there. He grinds a cigarette butt into the pavement and quickly lights another.
Logic formidable. What's really going on with this guy? Yeah, unlikely.
Did you not hear what he said? There's a culture war raging out there, and this unlikely hero might be our last, best chance. That's all this is about.
I must steel myself.
That's right. Guns and swords are the only things that will protect you from youth culture and demographic change.
I'm satisfied with this conclusion.
You still with us, brother? You're standing there like a glue sniffer.
Can you help me turn back time or not?
Time, yeah? Listen, man. Do you even understand how hard we've got it? How completely stacked the whole rotten deck is against people like you and me?
He takes a furious drag of his cigarette.
He's not listening at all, just circling the drain.
Time, lorry man. Can you reverse it?
The lorryman looks at you like he can't decide whether he wants to smash something or break down in tears. The silence is heavy and uncomfortable.
No, I can't help you. And I'll tell you why. 'Cause there's no point, you hear me? Unless you believe in ancient fascist magic like some wannabe magus.
Actually, it's called extra-physics, and you don't need to be a magus to access it. This fool is a colossal waste of time. There's no Kingsman inside him, just self-loathing and entitlement.
Yep. Okay, well.
Compatriot, you have something to discuss?
Apparently we know he's lied to us. I know you've been giving me the runaround. Fess up. Where's the lady driver?
I don't know what you're talking about.
First, you knew Sai Ling didn't do it.
He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another honest lorryman's job. You know,
His smirk turns into a suspicious grin.
I don't think you're as down with our fight as you'd like me to believe, brother. Why is the saffron man still there? Talk to him. I don't know anything.
Why are you smirking?
Listen up, fuckwit. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything. You're useless.
Just tell me who the goddamn lady driver is.
You're all bark and no bite. The real dogs are up in Jamrock. Everyone knows that.
Yes, you are, or you're coming with me to the station.
No, I'm not. I'm not coming anywhere. I don't know what you're talking about. Listen up, fuckwit. You don't scare me. You cops, you're all bark.
I'm gonna get violent with you.
What? Here on the street? You won't. I don't know what you're... Listen up, fuckwit. You don't... You're all bark and no
I'm your
bite.
brother, remember?
Like fuck you are. Why's your partner a multi-ethnic rainbow man? Why do you not arrest
Jesus
Lang?
Christ.
Fuck off. I ain't telling you shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Which one's her car?
Listen up, fuckwit. You don't scare me. You're all bark and no bite. I'm not in...
Yeah, fuck, he's not gonna say anything.
to work!
What's it to you?
I asked him where he's from. Routine, part of the investigation.
Am I a suspect? Done no crimes.
I'm
I
interested.
only fight for the rights of people.
I'm interested in your background.
We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain, in Jamrock. Backgrounds in odd jobs, heavy lifting, cargo hauling, bouncer work. I know the drill.
I don't drink, but work has taken me to some. Which one?
Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell?
Are you lying?
We're done here. I have a strike to break.
He's stopping this to control him.
Hmm.
To work!
Things are busy enough. You're going to waste less of my time?
Maybe.
The hulking man oozes stark skepticism.
What is your goal here?
We were promised
The
Okay,
physically
well,
impressive-
I
What's
thought I
it to
could get
you?
more out of him.
big mess caused by union. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Worked at Territory. We're done here.
He's
Maybe we have to learn some other information to get anything out of him.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
The weasel I visited, turns out he has one hell of a colonial mug collection.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
See how we're all busy concentrating on racist mugs? That's what the ruling class wants.
Yeah, it would be really bad if we got into an argument about it. Waste of a good noon. Or afternoon. Or night. Anyway, thanks for helping out, friend.
Kuno told me you're supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had it good on his promise.
What promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it. At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock.
It's true, I'm Kuno's hook, bitch.
Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used us to, what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
The probe into the armor, what'd you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
Okay, anything else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How then?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots... well, it looks like you're wearing them. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Oh shit, hold up. 4 pieces? Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm ambitious. I'm gonna find all the pieces.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you, especially getting those boots off him. You'd have an easier time wrestling the spurs off a boyadero than that.
Already got him. Thanks, man.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now. You look down at the white ceramic sabatons hugging your arches and calves, surprised at how well they fit. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
Decked out in future armor like a cop should be.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and light, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you.
Fuck yeah, I want the full suit.
It may be a while before you have all the pieces. In the meantime, you should analyze the armor, figure out its vulnerabilities.
Vulnerabilities?
Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it, observe its properties, see if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Yeah, we will definitely do that thought. What can I get rid of? Oh, this gives us 2 physical instrument if we have no shirt on, which I forgot about, but yeah, we don't need that. Fairweather T500. It really hurts to punch this armor. A sword wouldn't even leave a scratch. A bullet would bounce right off. Still, there must be some flaw in it that would allow you to stand your ground against this dangerous enemy technology. You just have to figure out what it is, possibly by beating yourself while wearing it, shooting yourself. Let's see. Temporarily, we get -1 to savoir-faire, which is like dexterity, kind of, I guess. Alright, Measurehead might have the answer to our question about going back in time.
Your race descent has temporarily halted, but you will fall again.
I need to find a way to turn back time.
Observe. Like a peasant hoping to bet a nobler woman. The ham sandwich is reaching straight for the advanced concepts. No humility, awareness, or respect.
Get your dirty hick dick away from these advanced concepts, peasant.
To comprehend time, you must possess at least a basic understanding of how reality works, what the rules are. The look of infinite astoundment in your eyes says you have no idea.
I admit I've re-entered this reality recently. Things are still hazy.
The concepts you reach for are far beyond you, Poopa. Without the necessary vocabulary, you are only wasting my time. Educate yourself first. Talk to people and understand the basics.
This again. But you've learned the basics. Guess we need to return to Mr. Monolith once we've figured out what else is missing from the curriculum. Just remember, minimum effort. Let things get too brainy, and bang, you're a beano clot. No one wants that.
Come back to me when you've mastered the raison.
Return to Measurehead once you understand the basics of reality, whatever the fuck that means. We'll go ahead and talk to Everett and get our just rewards for being his little manservant.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes. Now, what can Everard Clare do for you today?
It's done. I mailed the signatures you asked me to mail.
The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course. I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a real future, Harry, and proven yourself a real Kingsman who's not afraid to make the tough decisions. I know I can trust you now. You're in my inner circle. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
Hear that? You did it the honest way. You got the real signatures, and now he's happy. Well done. Finally, answers. Ask away, son.
So what's with the fine print on the document I mailed? What's the catch?
There was no fine print, Harry. But I do hope all that construction noise and limited street access encourages some people to move. After a year of that ruckus, who wouldn't?
Oops. Yes. The noise would do the trick. It'll be terrible.
And when they do, they will have a good place to go. I'm currently working on renovating the buildings near the roundabout into affordable workers' palaces.
So the village is doomed because I helped you.
You were there, you saw the place, a wasteland. There's nothing left. But mark my words, Harry, we are going to reset it. Reset! I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce.
What do you mean?
Harry, imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex, employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing. Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
Youth supermarket church complex? You really expect me to believe that?
Yes, I do. I got the centre, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are already turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot go on.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks about the state of things, and even a touch of pain. The pain is true. He's seen kids do worse than that.
I knew you were up to something.
Damn right I'm up to something, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as Joyce Messier. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
A true flash of anger in him, as he thinks of her.
Did you order the hangman killed?
I did not, Harry. Although I am very, very glad he's dead.
What do you gain from him being dead?
Why, a war, of course.
Yeah, but what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Harry. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
They're trained military people. Aren't you afraid for your men?
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
How is this connected to the strike?
Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. we're not gonna give nothing. We're gonna take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're gonna take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
Ah.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
Is that why you haven't let Joyce in here?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance.
Why are you telling me this stuff?
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. It's already happening.
How many of you guys are there in the Union?
2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
And they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
So how are you going to fund your new independent harbor?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients who'll ditch us? Harry, we've thought of everything.
Everything?
We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
That's drugs.
By bold new revenues, you mean the drug trade.
Drug trade? Now you're being stupid, Harry. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Summer and Isola. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
Digging it, Everett. I have to say, I'm digging it.
So am I. The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his benefit and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperidone.
And the kids on the street don't have to give up speed and Peralidon.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Harry. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned.
We're a real psychonaut.
But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share, and I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
I have to admit, that's a good plan and far removed from you.
It's also far removed from my men and the people of Martinez who've put their trust in me. Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbor's turnover, just like the harbor is, but a small part of Martinez.
Go on.
Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel. I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth, and everyone's gonna pull their weight.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
Wait. I don't want to look at the big picture. I want to look at the drug trade you just admitted to.
No, Harry. That's boring. All right, it's gone. The hypothetical raw materials trade is off the table. It's such a small and insignificant slice of revenue, I'm cutting it. Boys, Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering?
That's very ambitious. I love what you're doing for the working man. Such bullshit.
Thank you, Harry, thank you. You have no idea how much it means to me, because in many ways, you are that working man. You have already done so much work.
Can I ask you about specific union members?
We're way past specific union members now. This is the big time. We're talking about the future of Revachol here, Harry. You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big-time mode, Harry.
Can I get my gun now?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me. But it had to be done.
Fine, where the fuck is it?
An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character. So watch out.
So the gun's still with the woman who bought it from Roy?
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you. Don't worry, Harry.
The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
Who is this old woman?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
And she's waving my gun around at people?
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
It sounds like a very disturbed and desperate individual. Unstable is good, actually. She will be easier to disarm. No, wait. Actually, unstable is pretty bad.
Can you set up a meeting with her?
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
That's all I got.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Suddenly there's sadness in his tone.
This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open.
Well, that was quite informative. Everard uses his fat, useless appearance to have people underestimate him. I mean, I can't blame him. Fuck Wild Pines. Try to fuck them over and take their shit, but at the same time, it's like, it's not like he's a good guy. He is the very classic, stereotypical union leader. Okay, let's see if we got anything we can clean up. We can't meet that lady until way later. Oh yeah, we need to go tell the cleaning lady what was in that apartment. We forgot to do that a long time ago. Also, I want to see if there's anything that the lady up here in the doomed commercial area has to say about the role-playing game that we found. Probably not, but it's worth a check.
The barbell waits patiently.
Poor animals, no rest for their bodies after death.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a dye?
I guess not, but sure.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
I wanted to die for the we're all setting, sweet and basic.
That's a classic, yes. A standard role-playing dye with plan motifs. Now, for the material, most of my customers opt for an exotic wood. For this, I would suggest Elysium snake wood. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
Nah,
Maybe you have some other ideas
I
for
already
dye?
have that one. Do you have any cursed dice?
What do you mean by cursed?
Cursed is my life.
Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed dye.
Deal.
Great, see you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
Nope. Rest of the armor, working class husband. Get the story from Titus. I guess we're going across the river. I wonder if we have any more shit we can sell, because we need more money.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
That's the pyro talking. There's no flashlight.
Officer, please.
Alright, alright. That's funny that he... I like that. Alright, fine, dude.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I... Sure, let me have a look. Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
You know what the tattoos mean?
Aphotic paths, counter-radiance networks, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I don't know if I need this. I don't really want to sell it. I don't want to sell anything that's evidence. We'll chill for now.
Another time.
I mean, it's a random gas can, but you never know. The game might be like, oh, you need a gas can. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. Because once I sell it to him, it's probably going to cost... You might not even be able to get it back, or if you do, it's going to cost a lot more than you sold it for. That's how that always works in video games. In real life, I went to a fucking thrift store with, like, multiple pairs of very nice, expensive boots, and they're like, we'll give you $40. It's like, what? Is this a joke? I said, no. I'm not a fucking hobo. Like, I'm not that desperate.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
You must be Lillian's twins.
This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
Explains the other one, tongue still lolling in his mouth. I already said that.
The stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head is too large for his shoulders. The other one laughs as well. The stone kicking isn't even of very high caliber. Anyone can do that.
You guys look identical.
The stone kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
Yep.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt.
Kids are dumb.
You're stupid.
You're not wrong. Okay, how about the policeman ask you something else now?
Okay.
Okay, well, that was useless. Hard to see the details. The colors all warm and welcoming. Are cozy, though. A flower trough where nothing really grows. Maybe in spring. Let's talk to this dude. He wanted to talk to us after we, checked out the car.
Tequila Sunset.
Alright, idiot Doomsparrow. I'm ready now. I've seen it. Tell me the story of Tequila Sunset.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my cords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you, the man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Based.
Oh yeah, that's totally your style.
Oh. Yeah, sure, I did that. What of it?
Hey man, I'm not judging. This life's a valley of woes. Some of the highest concept people in history have killed themselves. And been drunks.
He's not wrong.
Either way, it was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, got our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling.
Oh, yes you do, Bratushka! The only thing better than that is putting the pedal to the metal after you kiss the tie. And off we go!
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach, you revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
Oh God, what happened next?
Your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
Your hands cramp on the steering levers.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
My real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother.
How long do we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Now that's a story.
It was the greatest thing this fishing village has seen since Rosemary tried to use a crab to open his beer.
Aye, that was a classic too.
Did I tell you anything specific about the person that fucked me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
Please, don't open that door.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Abigail.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
It's more like you were cramping theirs.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
Did we talk about politics?
Yeah, you seemed really mad about immigrants for some reason. I'd rather not get into the details. It was pretty low concept.
Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who'd cleared 501 cases.
You're goddamn right.
No thanks to the squares at the precinct, as you put it.
I've heard enough.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
Be seeing you. Alright, I gotta go. My family's here. But we'll continue shortly with our exploration of the town and the west side of the river. Peace.